Now, for the final recipe, viewers, is the semolina cake served with beautiful fruit jam. Now, I want to ask you a question. Can you substitute anything for the semolina?
Yeah, you can basically substitute the semolina with the polenta.
All right, so polenta being corn, semolina being from hard durum wheat. So if you have an intolerance to wheat, you can substitute the semolina.
Yeah.
All right, and can you use any sort of jam?
Yeah, definitely. That's something traditional, you know, to have the semolina cake with the orange jam.
Yes.
But yeah, figs will go really well. Berries. Yeah, any jam.
Any jam.
Yeah.
All right.
Now for my semolina cake, the first step, I'm going to toast the coconut. So I've got 40 grams of coconut, which I'm going to toast it in a pan. Brown and gold. That's what you want. You just want to get the chewy flavor out of the coconut. Just move it around. You can do it in the oven as well. I've got 140 grams of butter. I'm going to just melt it over medium heat as well. You can do it in a bain-marie or in the microwave. That's fine. Now I'm going to foam the eggs. So I'm going to break the eggs into the bowl. So now I've got 4 eggs here. Just going to pour it into the mixer. With a spatula, I'm going to get everything into the mixer. Speed. I'm adding 100 grams of sugar. Yeah, once your sugar and eggs are foamed, we're going to add the butter and just whisk it by hand in case you don't have the mixer, just to show you there is an option. So you just want to fold the butter in. You can use butter or oil. I prefer to use butter just for the flavor. So you can see the eggs are nice and airy. Now we got dry ingredients. So 150 grams of flour, which I'm going to sieve, and add 10 grams of baking powder. I'm going to sieve it as well. Now we got a semolina. Just going to pour it in. And going to mix all the dry ingredients together. Just like that by hand. Now I'm just going to fold in the dry ingredients. So all flours and baking powder and semolina into the mixture. And now I add my coconut. Fold that in too. So in the old days, when they don't have the machinery, that's the way they used to do it. That's the mixture. I'm just gonna fold the yogurt in. 150 grams of yogurt, just fold it in. Now when my mixture is ready to go, I'm just gonna prepare my baking tray. I'm using 22 centimeters. I've got some baking paper here. Just put it on the tray on the bottom and push that down and close the clip. Now I'm just going to pour my mixture in and going to put it into the oven, a preheated oven, 180 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. Yeah, now when I got a semolina cake in the oven, I'm gonna prepare my sugar syrup. Basically all the ingredients goes into a cold pan. So I've got 750 mils of water, 500 grams of sugar, 1 cinnamon stick, 1 star anise, and just a touch of rose water. So yeah, now I'm gonna cook the sugar syrup for about 20 minutes on a simmer. Basically with the sugar syrup, there is 2 ways. If you stir, you have to stir all the way. If you don't stir, just let it cook. I just let it simmer for about 20 minutes and then I pour it over the cake. So if your syrup is hot, the cake should be cold. If your cake is cold, the syrup should be hot. Now when the sugar syrup is happening, we're gonna make orange jam. The first step is just to blanch the orange rind in a boiling water for 5 minutes, just to get the bitterness out. So now I'm gonna show you how I'm preparing the orange. Basically, we're gonna fillet the orange and separate it from the skin. Now when I chop up my oranges, I'm just gonna put them in a pan with the sugar. Just make sure you get all the juice out of your chopping board, because that's flavor. And I'm gonna add the sugar now. So same amount of sugar and orange. So yeah, now when everything is basically almost ready, I'm just gonna put my sugar and orange for the orange jam. Just on a medium heat. You don't want to burn the sugar. The orange is going to release the juices, so don't worry about adding any water or anything like that. You just want to get it nice and thick. Yeah, so after 5 minutes, I'm just going to add my orange rind into the jam that's cooking. So yeah, now you can see how it's all the oranges and the sugar break it down. I just let it cook for about half an hour, 40 minutes, until we get a nice thick jam. Now when my semolina cake is ready, I'm just going to let it cool down for 15-20 minutes. Now when I'm just releasing the cake from the tin with a small knife, with a paring knife, and I'm going to pour the hot sauce, the hot syrup. Just remember, like I said before, if your cake is cold, your sauce should be hot, or the other way around. Cake is hot and sauce is cold. So I'm just going to pour the sauce over the cake and let the cake just soak all these juices. So yeah, now I'm just going to cut a wedge. And I'm going to serve it with the orange jam. So the jam with the rind. And that's how I like to serve my semolina cake.
Well, Eitan, thank you so much for sharing your recipes, your
Thank
stories, and your love of food, which I know you attribute to your family.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, they're not around for a long time, these people. And we want to, the whole point about our show, of course, is to preserve and I guess to reintroduce some of our childhood memories into the foods that we eat.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know that Nonna was very, very important to you.
Yeah.
And I know that you said to me that you would give up everything.
I would give up all the material stuff I got in life, just for another Friday night dinner with my grandfather and my grandmother.
Yeah.
They were very close to my heart. They both passed away.
Yes.
And you know, for me, time and money is not a factor in life. It's all about people.
It is about the people.
I guess the people and the culture.
Your Friday nights are like what Italians would experience on a Sunday. So for us, it's a Sunday lunch. For you, it was a Friday night. And it's something that I know some of the women in the house, or even the gentlemen, it takes days of planning, because you've got to plan the recipes, you've got to go and buy the stuff and prepare the food. And I think you were telling me your grandmother, what was the game plan? So by Wednesday you start preparing?
Yeah, So it's, you start to think on what you're going to cook for Friday on Sunday, and then on Monday you sort of like, recovering from the long weekend, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday you start to get ready and thinking and buy the produce, and Thursday you start to cook, and Friday you serve it, and Saturday you eat what's left from Friday, and then Sunday it starts all over again. Yeah.
Well,
so it's a very culture, and food and culture in Israel goes really
hand in hand.
Together,
Well, let me tell you, you are a great example of the Mediterranean diet, and let's just hope that we can come back and visit Eitan again and just experience some more of his family recipes. Okay, alla prossima. I hope you have enjoyed this show. I certainly have. Ciao, grazie.
Bye.
Thank
See
you. Ciao.
Come in for the deli counter.
Yes, deli counter here in Queen Street. Ciao.
Thanks. Bye-bye.